your baby girl. Maybe we can spend some time.
So not weird at all. Hey you guys, what's up? It's me, Sarah P, here with another video. This video is a little bit different than my other videos because I realized looking back on my channel that I never did a get to know me, so I just kind of like jumped into it with just me, but you guys never really got to know me. So this video is kind of like a get to know me assumptions video. I asked the people on my Instagram what their assumptions were of me, and unfortunately I didn't get a lot of responses, but I got some, and I'm gonna answer some of the responses and kind of like give you guys some context to a reason why these people said this. I know all the people that said this very well. They know me very well, and I'm just gonna give you guys some background information on why they said these things about me. So let's get right into it. Here are the assumptions people had about me, which, by the way, I personally believe that assumptions are bad, because I'm gonna write out assumptions like down here. Assumptions mean that you assume, and when you assume, you make a ASS out of you and me. But for the purpose of this video, we made some assumptions and we made some ASSs out of ourselves, and keep watching to see what some people assumed about me before they even really got to know me. Keep watching. Okay, so here are some of the assumptions people had about me. The first one I wrote it down like this little note paper, because note papers are good. They help you keep track of what you're gonna say so you're not a complete mess, and I was able to write down everything that people said. So anyway, first assumption I got was she definitely had purple hair, emo phase in high school. And my friend said this because he knows I had a purple hair emo phase in high school. So cringy. I had my hair like dyed in the back. It was bleached, kind of how it was in my first video, even more so actually. The whole back of my head like this, backwards. This and backwards of my hair was bleached. When it was bleached, I kind of did like colors on top of it. So I did purple, I had pink, orange. My hair was orange for a little while. Just like weird colors until I finally like grew it out and dyed it back black to the way it is now. And I definitely had an emo phase too. Like I feel like everyone in high school goes through that whole like no one understands me phase. I'm emo, punk rock. I listen to like different music. My music wasn't really that different. Kind of not that different for me to be feeling this way. I definitely wore Doc Martens. It's also because of the time. Like I wore Doc Martens. If I wear like these sheer tights with like cheetah print shorts, I'm literally thinking about the outfit right now, and it's so cringy. But yeah, I went through an emo phase in high school, and I am kind of like, I do have an emo heart, kind of, I guess I would say, but the emo phase is gone. It came and passed like every other adolescent. And yeah, he's right, I did have an emo phase in high school, and it was kind of tragic and very cringy to look back at now. Next assumption. Cutie pie, looks mean, but pop in style, those docs won me over. Okay, fun fact, I won best dressed for my year's yearbook in my community. So our school is divided into like 3 different communities, and I went for my community after like much drama and much debate. But I was one of those girls who in high school, I felt like I had to dress up every single day. Like if I wore sweats, they were wearing like regular sweats. That's just me doing the most. That's the type of person that I am, unfortunately. But I killed myself in high school to make sure I wore like what I thought were cute outfits. And yeah, so I did kind of like, I did wear docs a lot, but I also wore heels. Like I remember some days I wore Jeffrey Campbell's to school. Jeffrey Campbell's, I don't know if you guys know what they look like, but they're like these huge camel shoes, like with a platform and like thick heel. And I was stomping around high school in those heels, like, and wearing fur vests and like doing the absolute most. I can't remember she said I looked mean, because I feel like I don't look mean, but apparently I give faces, and that's honestly just like my resting face. But yeah, I didn't think I was mean. I feel like, well, I was a high school girl, so high school girls are, I feel like by default high school girls are mean, but I don't think that I was like very like horrible, at least I hope. Okay, so the next assumption, I think these are all made by my college friends. Okay, so someone said this B got money, wonder what her parents do, LOL, best RA ever though. So I don't have money. I'm actually a random girl. Like I'm not rich at all. My dad's an accountant, my mom's a property manager, so she oversees property sites. They are just average people, and I feel like it's not even about having money, it's about knowing how to spend money, and that's how you look like you have money. Tip for life. Tip. That's a gem. Oh, tip for life. Best RA ever though. Yeah, I was an RA in college. And I didn't really think like going into college like I'm gonna be an RA, this is what I want to do. But one of my best friends was an RA, and I became friends with her because she was my RA actually, and I was like, this is something that I want to do. Like the RAs had such a tight-knit community, and I wanted to be part of that community. Even to this day, some of my best friends came from RA, and it's just like I don't think I would have ever connected with someone or people the way I did if I wasn't an RA. I've seen things that I normally just would never have seen being a regular student. It helped me build empathy for people, sympathy, empathy. Don't know which one to use there. I think it's empathy though. It helped me bring empathy for other people. Even like just everything. The whole culture of like our staff was so positive, and we were funny, we laughed, we joked around to each other. Like we would stay up to like 3 a.m. It was honestly the best experience of my life. And I had amazing girls all the time as my residents, and it was just really dope. Like it's honestly, if I could do over college, I don't think I would change the fact that I was RA. A lot of people kind of hated us sometimes because of the people like enforcing the rules. But it's also like, it's such an amazing community, and you have friends who are always gonna be by your side because you kind of joined by the fact that everyone kind of hates you guys a little bit. So the fact that everyone kind of hates us made us all join together and like just helped build a community amongst each other. And yeah, quiet of AF, she's so quiet. Really quiet. You spoke and then the sass came out. So everyone thinks I'm quiet. I am quiet, which is why my Instagram handle name is SHYSARAHH. I didn't give myself this nickname for a reason, like for no reason. I am so shy at first, and then like I started talking and you can't shut me up, which is kind of a downside. But I am very quiet. I try not to be quiet, but I also feel like I am quiet because I like to get reads on people and figure out what type of person they are before I figure out what I can say back to them. Because if I feel like if I go out right out the gate with just my natural personality, I might say things that offend. They might think of me as a weirdo. So it's kind of like a thing I do to like feel other people out. I stay quiet for a little while, see what I can joke with you about, what I can't say, what I can say. Just get an overall read on you. And then once I get that read, then I start with my like usual antics. Someone said you're really quiet and you spoke and the sass came out. So along with the Shy Sarah nickname I gave myself, I kind of have a nickname that my college friends gave me, which is Saucy Sarah. And Saucy Sarah is not Shy Sarah at all. Saucy Sarah is, she's saucy. She's very vibrant, I would say, very sassy. But you don't get Saucy Sarah in like the first intake of me. You get Shy Sarah first, and then after a little while, Saucy starts to come out. So then my RA friend actually said this, Stephanie, shout out to you. She's my best friend. She's the person who kind of made me want to be an RA. So she says, really quiet. Then the complaint came in about you. And I was like, WTF, not the quiet one, but her hair is popping. So I know exactly what complaint she's talking about, and I'm gonna give you guys a story. It's so ridiculous. Like even like talking about it now blows mine, but I also think it's super funny. And it's how I met one of my other friends in college, Meg, because of this just stupid complaint about me. So I lived on the floor where half the side was girls, half the side were boys, but we were like combined through like this like area. My nails also aren't done. Don't drag me, Stephanie. You know why my nails aren't done. But anyway, we were conjoined like this, and then like girls side, well, yeah, girls side, boys side, whatever, right? So I, mini freshman, me and my roommate had like this message board that was white, and we would like write little messages on it, and all the time our message board would be erased. And I was like, that's so rude. We weren't really, we had like 2 or 3 friends on the floor, but not really were like really friendly people on the floor, mainly the girls above us that we were friends with. So we were like, that's so freaking rude that people are erasing our board, whatever, right? So one day I was just like bored walking through the hallway back to my room from class, and my RA Stephanie had a board up and she wrote a message. I didn't read the message, I was just walking through the hallway. But what I did know is that previous day someone erased our board, but like so rude. Once again, like the way they did it was just so rude. So I was really bothered by this by the time. I don't know why, but I was really bothered by this. Don't know why it affected me so much. But anyway, I was like walking through the hallway and I see that she has something on her board, and I'm like, oh, so I like erased it, but not like really like erased it. I just went like to it, and like some of course got finger marks on it and it was erased. So it turns out it's not funny. Okay, so it turns out that this girl told RA Stephanie that her phone was stolen in the bathroom. She left her phone in the bathroom and her phone got stolen. And on Stephanie's board, it was that note that her phone got stolen. If anyone knows what happened to it or found it, please let her know, whatever. So they looked back at the cameras to see who erased the board, because I guess they thought that whoever erased the board was a person that stole the phone. So stupid. So the girl, not the fact that her phone got stolen is stupid, but what happened afterward is stupid. So the girl, this girl was like really preppy, straight-laced girl, like but she was like a mean girl. She was so Regina George, like to a T. She was just not nice. Like she was so mean. She was definitely one of the girls who made me feel uncomfortable on the floor. She just was not nice to me. She did not like me at all. So she knocks on my door, and my roommate's not there, but I'm there. I open the door, and then she goes, I know you stole my phone. And I immediately started laughing because if anyone knows me, stealing is the one thing that I am against. Like I will never steal anything from anybody. I just think it's so low down. Like even if it's a Q-tip, like I don't care if it's anything, I will not steal. I don't feel like I need anything that bad for me to take from someone else, because you never know what anyone else has or what they don't have. So stealing, I think, is so low down and dirty. And the fact that she thought it was me was even funnier, because I'm so like not like that. So she was like, I know you stole my phone. And I was like, I don't know what you're talking about, but I didn't steal your phone. And I even tried, like, look, I have my own phone. I don't need your phone. And then she goes, well, then why did you erase my board? And I was just like, what are you talking about? She's like, you erased the board on Stephanie's thing. And at this time, I didn't even know that Stephanie's board said that her phone was stolen. So she was like, you erased it, and I know it was you because I watched the camera. And like she was like Nancy Drew, like she was ready to come at me with the facts and proof, the video proof that I stole her phone. And I was just like, you're bugging. I don't have your phone. I don't care. Like, don't even come at me with this energy, because I was mad at this point. Like, you're not about to come at me with this energy, because I'm gonna give you this energy, and our energy is not the same type of energy, because I told you what type of girl that she was. And I'm like, you don't want me to get the way I am. Like, let's not do that. So I closed the door. I'm like, this girl's stupid. Like, I'm not arguing with you. And of course, she took that as further proof that I had her phone. So Stephanie, the RA, ended up coming to me and talking about it. And I was like, listen, I really don't have her phone. Like, I can show you. I don't have her phone. You can search my room. I don't care. Like, I really don't have it. There's no need for me to have her phone. So she's like, okay, like, we believe you. I believe you. Blah, blah, blah. That ends the conversation, right? So then it comes out like weeks, or I don't know how many days later. I really wasn't even paying attention to it because I didn't care. And I was like, you can't make me feel guilty or bad about something that I didn't do. And I would have felt bad that her phone was stolen if she didn't come at me with the hot energy. Her energy, I was like, you spicy. And I don't know if you can be spicy with me right now because she wasn't ready. So anyway, that whole thing happens. And it turned out like days later that some random commuter, I don't know if they were a commuter or just someone visiting the campus, someone who doesn't live on the floor, took her phone. Like it came out like after further investigation that that's what happened. And I never got an apology. Like she was just so rude after that. And I get that why she was rude, honestly, because why would you apologize to me? Like you came at me with this hot energy and you can't apologize after that. Like she came in hot. So, but she was also like rude after that. Like she wasn't like chill. Like she wouldn't just let it go. Like she still had this thing against me. And I think it's because she thought I had something against her, but I told everyone, like, I really don't care about that. Like, it honestly was an accident. Like, if I would have known that the board said that her thing was stolen, I wouldn't have erased it. That was just me being, like, immature. That's the reason why I did it. But I didn't know this whole stream of events would occur, or else I wouldn't have done it. So anyway, what happened? Like, just the whole year progressed, and, like, she hated me. Like, I lived on the 3rd floor. I would try to get on the elevator. She would close the elevator. I couldn't get on the elevator with her. Like, she would give me a nasty look. She would tell people not to be friends with me. She would have like these dinners for some of the girls on the floor, and other girls weren't invited. Like, she was just like, every time I was around her, she would find a way to like look at me nasty or make me uncomfortable. And one of my friends, Meg, was actually friends with her for a little while until she like blackballed Meg. And if you know Meg is like the sweetest girl ever. She's so funny. And a year later, me and Meg became friends, and we ended up talking about that situation. I don't remember how me and Meg became friends, but because we lived on the same floor, we just never talked. And then me and Meg became friends, and somehow we ended up talking about the situation from a year prior to, about the girl. And she's like, yeah, that girl hated you. And I was like, yeah, I know. And I'm telling her like the backstory of what happened. And she would thought it was so funny too. Like someone else has my sense of humor, because I kind of thought it was funny. So that was in the story. And I ended up becoming great friends with someone kind of through that story. Like it's something that me and May laugh about all the time, because it's just, that whole ordeal was so funny. Like I wish I had like video of it. She was literally playing Nancy Drew on the floor to figure out who took her phone. It wasn't even like us, and she was the cop, she was the feds, and she came looking for me, and I sent her away. And yeah, so that's that story. Those are the assumptions about me. Yeah, so that way, those are the assumptions. If you guys have any more assumptions or any more questions about me, about college life, comment below and let me know. I actually wanted to do a college video, but more so like a post-grad video. So when I graduated college, it was like this big shock to me. Like obviously I knew I was graduating, but internally, like I was different graduating college than I was in college. And I don't know if it was post-grad depression. I don't know what it was, but I was just different. My mom thought I was different. My sister thought I was different. So I kind of wanted to do a video on how to get through post-grad depression. But for me, I'm not sure if I should do that, because post-grad depression in general is very touchy. I don't want to trigger anyone. I don't want to give false information and then end up someone doing something harmful or thinking harmful thoughts or just triggering anyone. So I feel like I have to be very touchy and sensitive on how I go forward with something like that. But it is a video I'm definitely thinking about doing. I am planning a lookbook in the future. I just want the weather to get better. I don't know if you guys can see, but behind me there's like a whole snowstorm thing happening, and doing a lookbook in a snowstorm is just not optimal for life. I just feel like it's not the best thing. So I'm waiting for better weather to do a lookbook. And I'm going out these next couple of weeks a lot. So I have a lot of outfits that I bought, and I want to do like a night out lookbook. which I don't need outside for. I probably will do inside, but the other lookbook I want to do outside. I have 2 lookbooks in mind. So yeah, so I'm just in the planning phases of that. So make sure that you guys stay updated on my channel so that you guys see those videos when they come out. Like my video, comment, subscribe to my channel so that you guys are aware of any of the good stuff I have coming to you guys. And follow my Instagram handle, which is SHYSARAHH. It's gonna be right here on my chest. And keep watching to see what's in store. Follow me on Instagram. I said that already, y'all. I think I'm done, guys. I think I'm done for the day. Bye, you guys. See you in the next video.